Okay, this is part two about the messages that I have been receiving, um, and the downloads I have been receiving, part two. Okay, so there will be issues exposed about racism in organizations and companies, okay, in Texas. There will be exposure pertaining to racism in organizations and companies in Texas and different companies and organizations. Also, there's racism issues between women and men, and then there will be exposure about racism on age. So we got companies and organizations that are literally looking, they literally check about a person's age. It matters to a lot of these people whether you're a woman or a man. And then racism about color and race. Okay, so this type of things are going to be exposed. The truth on people's legacies will be revealed. So the truth about people's true legacies are going to be revealed worldwide, pertaining to, different individuals worldwide, okay? Because there's been a lot of lies that have been out here on who people are, and on who people truly are, and what is theirs and what's not, and how everything's supposed to be. I saw the name Drake here. It keeps popping up, his name Drake, constantly. Okay, Wallace, the last name Wallace, the first name Keith comes out. Ken, Sandra, Brandon, Rachel, Erica, Steve, Barb, Brian, Jennifer, Joshua, Pamela, Susie, Richard, Wanda, Alan, TD, Stacy, Sue, Flora, David, Elizabeth, Anita, Shannon, Jim, Peggy, Diane, Lily, last name Watson, last name Gonzalez. These are all the names that are coming out. A lot of these names and first names and last names, these people will be exposed. They had something to do with something pertaining to God's plan and the 144,000. So also I was getting, there are hackers messing with people's personal computers. Many of you need to be protecting your computers, your phones, okay? These people are literally hacking. It's government, it's police, it's rich people, it's all kind of people hacking from different countries. It's getting out of control, okay? They like to, let me see. I can't even read my writing. I was writing so fast because when the downloads come, I have to write really fast. They like to what? When you're down. Oh, they like to kick you when you're down. So I was getting this message. It came on a movie actually while I was doing this. Somebody was saying people like to kick you. Your enemies like to kick you when you're down. So be watching and be on your P's and Q's. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let nobody get nothing past you, because these people like to kick you. We got people around us that like to kick us when we're down because they're so dark and miserable. All right. God is also talking about the universe, that we need to maintain our financial stability, humanity. So a lot of us, I know I do, we need to start learning how to maintain financial stability, saving money, paying bills on time, paying our debts and stuff like that. Okay. Deficits, but there's a lot of deficits that are going to be coming to humanity, especially to Texas and other states, other countries. A lot of deficits, but there will be change. All right, everything has to be changed pertaining to deficits. We have to take steps to work on all the deficits worldwide in order to fix these deficits. There's going to be issues pertaining and exposure pertaining to technology, health, safety, preparedness. Okay? It's going to be a lot of exposure about people, places, and things, organizations, businesses, about those topics. The revenues are going to be increasing. There's an issue with revenues and increasing, okay? There will be exposures and things pertaining to this that will come out worldwide that will need to be worked on. Society of women, there's going to be a spotlight and exposure pertaining to a society of women leaders, because since forever, from lifetime to lifetime, it's always been men. Now it's going to change. This is why humanity is, having a hard time, because yes, women will be leaders. Exposures of measles. There's going to be exposure about the measles, how it came about, who started it, why is it here, and all these type of things. Okay, again, that goes back to the health issue up above. Learn. Some of you need to learn to swim. Some of you, you're going to get into an accident or some type of issue, like out in the water, out in the ocean, out in the lake. Somebody could try to do something to you, or you may need to do something where you need to swim to get away from whoever has you captive in an island, in a country. But you need to learn to swim, because this is what's going to get you out of this situation, whoever this whoever this is pertaining to. So learn how to swim. Looking ahead. Many of you need to start looking ahead, okay? Just, preparing. What are you looking for? What are you trying to do? What are your goals, your aspirations, all these things. Start looking ahead, okay? Making your checklist, right? Manifesting what you're looking forward to. Karmics are going to get caught, because there's going to be some karmics that will get caught because they were using a public websites. They were using public computers, okay? And things like this. And it's going to all lead back to these karmics. Like they were in libraries and things like this. It's going to lead back to these karmics. There's going to be exposure about Washington, D.C. There's going to be exposure on the social media. Many of us that are of the 144,000, especially the chosen, we are here because we are meant to be humanitarians, to help this planet and to help humanity. The White House. The White House is there's going to be exposure on the White House pertaining to how they have dealt with disasters worldwide in this life and many other lifetimes. So again, the White House, there will be exposure and change pertaining to how they have dealt with disasters on this planet. Okay? From city to city, state to state, country to country. Many of you, your iPhones or Androids are hacked. Make sure you're protecting your phones. You're turning them off and on, clearing your phones up, and all these type of things. We got people out here hacking and doing illegal things. All of these people that are hacking, including the government, will be exposed. The only people that will not be penalized will be if it is the government or the police and they're doing it for the right reasons. People will... What is this? People will serve. I was getting this sign that people will serve. It's time for humanity, for us to serve the planet, for us to give back, okay? Then I was it was talking about treasuring our past while embracing change. So we need to always, yes, of course, you always need to treasure the past, right? We have loved ones that have passed over that we'll remember. We have memories that we will treasure, right? But we don't need to get lost in the past. Okay? We need to treasure it while we are embracing the new, the change in the future, what's coming. Okay? Humanity, this is what messages I'm getting. We need to get prepared, because we need to be worried about the hearts of the next generation. We need to be worried about the future, the children and their children and their children. Okay? This is why we are growing and ascending, humanity. This is why we are changing. This is why we are trying to be better human beings. Not only for ourselves, but for the planet and the rest of humanity and the rest of the universe. So everything can flow the way that it's supposed to. All right? Leaders need to listen more. Many leaders, we need to listen more. Sometimes when we think we have power or authority, we think that we know everything. No, you don't. Nobody knows everything. So as all leaders worldwide, start listening more and paying attention, because by you listening, the universe is saying that this will help the culture. Okay? Because you are getting a different outlook, a different standpoint than your own. Okay? There's going to be exposure again on people's revenues. Be prepared because many people have been messing with revenue, with income tax. There's going to be exposure. Transforming for the, yeah, this is a time right now in humanity on planet Earth that the planet is transforming for the future. Once again, for the children, your grandchildren, their children. So this is going to take all of us. Okay? You need to look up the year 2012. Something about the year 2012. Each of you could look that up on your own as your homework. There's a message there for you somewhere. Something that you need to know about that year. We need to have more compassion for one another, generosity, and especially for the American people in the United States. Okay? But also worldwide. But they specifically said American people. So they want more compassion, more generosity. It says there's going to be lots of destruction coming, okay? There's going to be a lot of bad people trying to do bad things, trying to start problems worldwide, but this is not something that we need to be worried about. We just need to figure out how to get through it and how to fight the battle of the evil and the bad and get through it. And together we will do this. Yes, there will be devastation. Of course, people are dying every day. People are sick. All type of things are going on. People are hungry. People are homeless. All type of devastations. But we must work together, humanity, to overpower the ugliness, the dark in this world. Together we can do this. There is a lot of hospitals crumbling. There is a lot of boarded up homes. And right now, the universe is talking to Texas. But there are also many other states and countries that are having the same issues. But right now, I'm talking about Texas. They are worried because you're allowing your hospitals to crumble. You're just letting your homes be boarded up without rehaving people, making a way for people to buy these homes, fix these homes, getting people off the streets. This is where your mind needs to be. But your mind, Texas, obviously isn't on this, because if it was, these downloads would not be coming to me from the universe. You're not dealing with important issues, Texas. So you are liable. You are liable for not taking care of your state, not taking care of your people, allowing hospitals, homes, people to crumble right in front of your face. Sending immigrants and other people to other states because you feel like you have the authority to do that. No, that is your issue to deal with. If those people were sent to your state, that means that the universe, God, put them there because that was something that you needed to deal with. There was something for you to learn, and there was that was a test. And guess what, Texas? You didn't pass that test. So now you're going to be exposed. Colorado, you need to worry about your wildfires, Colorado. This is what the universe wants you to work on. Pay attention. Focus on these wildfires and find a way to end these fires, because it is destructing Mother Gaia and it is hurting humanity. Florida, flooding, lots of power outages. Florida, you've already seen, you've already had the storms that came and have passed. Let me drink some water, honey, because they're trying to stop me. Florida, you already had a lot of flooding, hurricanes, okay? There's going to be more, okay? Let's just keep it above. Yes, those of us that are gifted and have powers are able to maintain the beasts that come from the water, but it's still going to occur. So you need to keep preparing yourselves for floodings, for power outages worldwide, okay? Japan, again, Japan keeps coming out every other day for me. So Japan, your name came out somewhere again here, and there's going to be exposure about you. It could be good or bad, all right? It didn't specifically say, but there will be some exposure obviously pertaining to Japan because it's continuously coming out. All right. Success mission for God's army. So, God's armies, we need to figure out, we need to be together to bring success to this planet and humanity. And we need to stick together to do the mission uh, that we have said, to the Holy Spirit and God that we would do, the divine. Okay. We have contracts. We need to complete our contracts. A lot of partnerships are going to be happening. Partnerships meaning many of you could be coming into contact with your twins, with your soulmate. You could come into partnerships with business, friendships. All type of partnerships are going to be happening for many worldwide. There's going to be some exposure pertaining to something with military families. So again, there's going to be exposure pertaining to something about military families. And I know there's already been exposure because these families were exposed to water that was dirty and got a lot of people sick. Those lawsuits are going on because they're popping up on my phone. So a lot of exposure pertaining to military families, pertaining to them consuming bad water, chemicals, all type of things are going to be coming out worldwide. So many people need to prepare for this. We need to help our communities. All of us need to help our communities. I don't care if you're one of the 144,000 or if you are a regular human being. It is our job and our duty to help our communities. How do we help our communities? By keeping our houses, structured, clean, um, what am I looking for? Open, open to receive, being nice to your neighbors, right? Uh, Reaching out to other people in the community, especially your elderly, if they need their grass cut. If you see their grass is like so high, obviously they need help. Go and help them out. If you see an elderly needs help throwing the garbage, go and check on people. Have community gatherings, block parties, gatherings. You could have other things besides block parties. It doesn't only have to be in the summer. You can have gatherings, with your neighbors and community, whether it's in someone's home or you get a meeting room in a hotel, whatever. But there has to be, unity in the community and helping each other. If you see that there's negativity coming into your community, you need to stand together to fight that negativity. Don't be scared to stand up for what's right. I remember living in a community in Chicago in the middle of the Latin Kings, in the middle of the 2-6, which are two separate gangs, living right in the middle. And I felt like I was the only one that stood up for the whole block. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? It's like, you have to stand up. If you don't stand up for yourself and your family and for your place, where you live at, they're going to keep walking over you. They're going to keep disrespecting you. And they're going to keep doing whatever they want to do because they think you're scared. And then they think that they can because nobody's saying nothing. I had to go on that block where I live and let people know, hell no. Hell no. You're not going to be going. These gangbangers at this time were literally going in the priest house, in a priest house, a Catholic priest house. They were going in his basement. I don't know what they were doing to him, if they were torturing him, whatever. But I'm like, how could you do this? This priest had to be 95, anywhere between 90 and 100 years old. So he probably didn't hear them or really, you know what I'm saying? And if he did, he may have been scared. I don't know. But I told these guys, why are you doing that? Why are you going in that priest's house? Why would you think that you have the authority or the right to disrespect God's house or God's people? I said, I see a lot of the things that you do and I mind my business. But when it comes to people like you hurting innocent people or thinking that you could come around here and bring negativity, I'm going to open my mouth and hell yeah, I'm going to tell you about yourself. I'm never scared to talk to a gangbanger, and I ain't never scared to talk to no government official. Because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And many people need to start standing up for their communities and stop being scared. I'm not saying to be negative, okay? There is a way that we have to express ourselves. And everybody has that right as an American citizens, okay? As a human being, actually. We have the right to speak, well, whatever we feel and what we want to say, as long as you're not being ignorant, as long as you know you're not hurting people. And even if you're saying giving someone criticism, do it in a way that you're going to give that criticism, but you're also going to let these people know, I do see a positive change in you, but I also see that you're hurting the community that you and I live in. Why would you want to hurt the community that you and I live in? That's where your family and my family lives. And you have to start talking to these people. A lot of us, especially a lot of us that I'm almost 50, there's many people in this world that have been through a lot of things. We have gone through many things, which is called wisdom. And now humanity, it is time to turn that wisdom into knowledge. So this is the downloads that I am getting, okay? I don't want to talk your ears off too much on this video. We'll do more later, but this is what I was getting, and these are the things that I want many of you to be looking at and to prepare yourselves for, okay? I'll see you later. Be blessed.